Hi everyone, this is Neha and welcome to my new video on my YouTube channel. Today I am here with my rereading list. 2020 is all about rephrasing your life principles, redefining your life goals. I'm not kind of a person who rereads the book because it really gets boring and repetitive for me. But if I'm reading these books, it's just because I need a motivation or I need to revisit those time zones or those stories. So without further ado, let's get started. The first book which I'll be rereading is Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach. I have mentioned this book in my self-help and motivational video also. I'll link in the description. And most of the books today I'm recommending, I have read them as a e-book, but I've loved them so much that I have bought the hard copy. This is also a nice hard copy and the spine is really very nice golden color. This is a short story about the seagull who makes the choice. We do all make the choice. Some people do make a choice to do the job. Some people make a choice to quit the job. Some make the choice to travel the less traveled road. There is a poem about this which is Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, about traveling the less traveled road. But in this pandemic, the people who have made this kind of choice have got that self-doubt. Even I have made my choice and even I had my self-doubting time. That time you need this kind of motivational book where this is a story about a Jonathan Livingston who makes the choice to follow his dream. The people who make choice are not trying to be different or something. They are trying to be them. They are trying to be a better version of themselves. So they are not making effort or something to be a unique. They are just trying to follow their dream. This book is also about the same. Jonathan is not like the other people in his folks who is trying to fight for breakfast, trying to save food for winter. He wants to fly. He wants to learn about speed. Once he finds the purpose in his life, then nobody is there to stop him to follow his dream. So this is really a motivational book which I needed in the lockdown. So I'm rereading this book. The next book is Shantaram by Gregory David Roberts. This book I read in 2015 after my pregnancy. This book was kind of my best friend which helped me from postpartum depression also. I actually read this book for around 6 months because this is so thick book. This is 1,000 page, nearly 1,000 page book. So Shantaram's story is about this person Lynn who has escaped from an Australian jail and landed up in Mumbai. He starts his journey exploring Mumbai as a tourist. Mumbai had standing Babas, I never knew, but I got to know from this book. And with his travel guide Prabhakar, he travels around the Mumbai exploring, and he goes to Prabhakar's village also where he is named as Shantaram. Then he is arrested in Mumbai also, and his journey in jails in Mumbai is he has lived in very filthy conditions, and he has come out very strong from there. Then you will see him treating people who are suffering from cholera in Dharavi. Day and night he is treating. Then suddenly you will see him in Goa. Then you will see him, last but not the least, he will end up in Afghanistan in a war. And how the journey of Lynn from Australia to Afghanistan, that's the story about this. You will find many characters, many philosophies about life and God. Maybe this is like must read. I would recommend in once in a lifetime. The next book which I am reading is Little Prince by Anthony de Saint-Exupéry. जितना डिफिकल्ट ये नाम प्रोनाउंस करने में है उतना ही this book is difficult to understand. Though it is really very thin book, but you will not get this book in a one read. You read the review of this book. You will read the first line will be like, I didn't get this book in a one read. So only I am rereading this book. The next book which I am rereading is When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. It's a memoir. I have recommended this book in my random book recommendation also. Paul Kalanithi is an American neurosurgeon. In his last year of residency, he is diagnosed with lung cancer. So when he is thinking that he is in top of his career, he finds himself at the doorsteps of the death. He's been curious about life from the earlier stage of his life, so he studies literature where he feels like he is learning about life, not experiencing it. To experience, he joins medicine where he gets to know that this human body is considered as a machine and is being dismantled by the first year and second year students in medicine. Then in his practice he learns that doctors are treated as God and they hardly believe in God. But sometimes miracle happens which even doctors don't understand, so they believe in this energy which exists. But when he is diagnosed with this illness, where he knows that he is going to die, there is no treatment which is going to save him more than a year or two. So throughout the illness, he is discovering the spiritual side of himself and he is trying to spend his time with family. I have seen that most of the people who have gone through this critical illness have evolved as a person. They have learned and experienced about life in a different manner rather than the people who are normal and are running in this rat race. This book also died when his family was around. He was spending more time when he knew that he was going to die. Why this happens, that we tend to give time to family when we know that we have less time. But most of the time I see that this realization comes when you are in any illness. Why don't you realize that when you are in your good health, that you need to maintain a balance in your professional and family life, rather than one fine day you'll get to know that you are suffering from some illness and suddenly you are realizing that your family is everything. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my rereading list. Stay happy, stay healthy. Hakuna Matata.